Hello there, another little video on old Nikon flash guns. This one is the SB-16. This particular one is specific to the F3. That is the SB-16A. It's quite an advanced gun for its day, which was mid-80s I believe. At the time it was Nikon's most advanced flash gun. Now as you can see it is a zoom. It's got a zoom head. It also bounces and swivels, and it's got a small fill flash on the front which isn't actually adjustable, so you just get a fixed amount of light coming out of that. Now it's 32. Got the guide number is 32 at 100 ASA. That's when it's set at 35mm. Obviously that changes as you zoom with your ASA. It's quite a wide range of settings on this gun, none of which are actually controlled by the camera, so you have to do it pretty much all by yourself. Now obviously you can use this gun with prime lenses, but I tend to use it with this little lens which I've got here. Just put that into the picture and move the flash out of the way. This is the Nikon 28-85 f/35-45. It's also got a 1:4 macro setting on it. Quite a versatile flash lens. Does it look like a flash gun? Of course it doesn't. But it is ideally suited to the SB-16 because all the settings on it, from 85, 50, 35, 28, are replicated on the gun. So quickly bring it back in. Right, back to the main topic. Right, as you can see, this gun has a bounce facility, so you can shoot it straight up. There's 75, 60, 40, 30 and straight ahead. Also, if you press this little button up on the back, it turns 90 degrees to the right, locks, and then it will turn 180 degrees to the left, so you can actually bounce it off a wall or a ceiling behind you at pretty much any angle you choose. It also has a zoom facility, so there's a wide one, normal, standard, telephoto, which relate to 28, whoops, that's straight through the system, 35, 50, 85, which, as I say, are replicated on that Nikon 28-85mm lens, so really it's ideally suited to that, but obviously you can use it with primes. Also you can get I think it's an SW7, which if you pop that on the front it just clips on. Doesn't make a lot of difference to the size of the gun itself. That will then actually cover a 24mm lens, and that just clicks off. Very easy to fit. Pretty much standard Nikon fare of the day, but this style is actually click stopped, which the SB-16 isn't. It's quite a nice piece of kit to use. So this is the F3 version. Now, I don't know if you know, but you can actually change the foot on this. There's a little lock on the side, so you just push it in, turn it, and then push it in again, and the actual foot comes off. That is the AS8. If you want a standard foot, it's the AS9, which you can get on eBay. They come up occasionally, so that you've then got, if you've got like an FA or an FE2, you can then change the foot. It locks into place so it doesn't come off. You can change the foot to suit the camera that you're using. Now it's pretty much the same as the SB-17. If you want TTL, you can only use it from 25 to 400 and from F2 to F22. And then there's an inner dial which changes to the setting, so that's at telephoto. It's the same, TSNW. So there's TSNW and then WT for the wide panel. So all you do is set your zoom, say 50, and then which is standard, and then you set that to standard on there. Set your ASA, which is, let's say, 100, and then in the auto settings, which are over here, you can use F8, F4. There's also motor drive setting, manual setting, and TTL. So I'll just turn that gun on. Might take a while to charge up. Once again, we've got the flashing flash ready light, which is an anomaly with these guns when used on the F3. It's something to do with the foot they flash. As soon as you move it off the TTL setting, it stops. Actually, it's not charged up yet because the batteries aren't very powerful. Hopefully it will charge up at some point. Oh, there you go. So put it on TTL, flashes, off TTL, stops flashing, and then when you open the foot, it starts flashing again, which is odd. You can stop that happening if you've got that on an SC14 cord or a AS11 on a tripod. That will stop that happening. Motor drive setting A2, A1, which correspond to those there. Turn that off. Actually, I'll fire that just to so you can see how bright it is. It might work. Whoa, yep, that worked all right. Right, I'll turn it off now. There's two small terminals under these little plastic covers, which you can buy on eBay. They're not Nikon originals. I got those from Hong Kong. There's a PC terminal or an X-Sync terminal, whatever you want to call it, and there's a Nikon wired TTL cord that can go in there. The batteries are under this sliding compartment in a little magazine type thing. It can go in two ways, that way, or flip it 180 that way, but it will not go in like that. The way I do it is I just look at the writing on the side, keep it upright, push it in, and you just put pressure on, slide it in. Now there's a small electronic sensor there for the auto modes. You can use that if you're using it for fill flash. It is quite a large gun when used on the F3, because it's off to the one side over the rewind crank. It does tend to pull the camera over to one side, but you know, it is much more versatile than the SB-17 gun, which I did do a small review in a smaller earlier video. But it is a lot more powerful, more versatile. All the dials are click stopped, which they're not on the SB-17. It's a much more it's a much better built gun, and of course you've got the extra advantage of that small fill flash on the front. So if you're bouncing off a ceiling or off a wall behind you, that gives you just a little extra boost of lighting, you know, filling shadows under noses, chins, that sort of thing. It is a very versatile gun, and I would highly recommend it. Apart from the weight, there's no disadvantages to it, and as I say, it will cover from 24mm up to 85mm and above. Okay, hope that's been of help. Bye now. Bye.